guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charity, and if it's your first time here, you're watching Booked on Charity. In today's video I will be doing my Bookish monthly reset. So this is the December edition. It is the end of the year, so I'm just doing the monthly one for now, but I'm probably gonna want to do a 2023 monthly reset, especially like on a bookish level. But since this is the first month I'm doing this, there's not going to be much to compare on because I never gave you guys goals and stuff. But going forward, we will look back at what I've reached in terms of the goals that I'm going to talk about when it comes to reading and books. So yeah, let's get into this video. So let's talk about bookish goals. So I will do a video where I talk about my 2023 reading goals, but based on those goals I would have a monthly reading goal working towards me completing my year goal. So because we're at the end of the year, I'm gonna kind of like ignore the year goal, because I have essentially reached my reading goal for the year, which was to read 60 books. I have currently completed 68 books, and I'm still trying to work on getting it to 80 books, and I'm considering having 80 be my goal for next year. But because I want to read a lot of manga as well as graphic novels, I would like to push that to 100 and also start counting the picture books, because I do receive picture books mostly for my kid, but I don't count that into my reading. But if I do read and complete it, especially ones that are not because the books that I get from her are, I get the 5-year-old type books, but I get also something in between middle grade and kids books. So if I read those stories and it's actually like a good story, I'm gonna start counting those, because I don't know why I never counted them to begin with. So I think, thinking about it now, 100 is probably a goal that I can reach, because also I am doing a lot of audiobooking through SCRIBD. I have a lot of graphic novels that I've saved on SCRIBD, so I can actually read e-read the graphic novels, which I find more doable than reading a normal novel on an e-reader. And I also have Shonen Jump, which is a manga app that I can use to read manga. So I've got ways in which I could up my reading numbers each month, and therefore I think that I should be able to actually reach that 100 book goal. So the other goal in terms of reading, which is also something that I'm not doing specifically for this month because I'm going to start it in January, is to track reading channel or join reading challenges. So I used Goodreads, but I also use the Storygraph, and I love the Storygraph a lot, because over and above your reading goal, there's also a number of pages read goal, which for this year I had it at 25,000 pages, and currently I am at 23,738 pages. So I'm well on my way to reaching that goal. I am 95% there, and it says that I'm ahead by 587 pages. So I don't doubt that I will reach my pages goal as well. So I can also, I'm still trying to think about what to make my pages goal for 2023, but we'll talk about that in another video. Also, Storygraph has a lot of reading challenges, and I've recently done something bookish challenge, reading women challenge, a challenge regarding like completing your TBR and things like that. I want to join those reading challenges. So because I haven't been updating this year, I'm gonna kind of like ignore this year's reading challenges. However, I am planning on doing reading challenges again next year. There's a run along the shelves TBR reduction book challenge, which I definitely want to do, and there's 12 prompts, so essentially you got what, a prompt a month. And just to give you an idea, on January this year, the prompt was to read your most recent book you got, and then there was a bonus one where it says read the oldest book in Mount TBR. So now you read new and then you read the oldest. February they had a book by an author you love that you were saving for later, and then the bonus one is a book that was a gift from a loved one. So essentially there's 24 prompts, but 12 you just need to complete 12, right, to complete the goal. But yeah, I feel like these prompts are very doable, because I found myself previously joining reading challenges that were hard, like reading around the world challenge, which is great. It's a great challenge, but there's some books that are not easily accessible for me, and therefore now I have to do all the research to find specific books, and I feel like I'm not yet in that space with my reading. I just want to enjoy my reading, and I want to reduce my current TBR because I have a lot of books. But yeah, that's one of the challenges. The other one is diverse reading. So this was the prompts for 2022. I'm just gonna give you a few. So a book with a main character with a disability, and I feel like now there's quite a number of options of that. I didn't add the book, but I actually did read Get a Life Chloe Brown, which does include a person with a disability. Number 2, a main character who is neurodivergent, and what I love about this is you can actually see the other books that other people doing this challenge have added, so you get book recommendations at the same time. A main character who is not heterosexual, I feel like that's easy to come by. A main character who's not cisgender, I feel like that's easy to come by. A main character who's a retiree, there's 37 books added, so you can find like a book. A main character who's not a child, easy. A main character who is an immigrant, I feel like there's a lot of books there as well. A main character who's not human, I read a lot of fantasy, that's easy peasy. Okay, a main character who works in STEM, there's now a couple of books I know. What is that book called? Love on the Brain. That, like, it fits in there. A main character who's from a typically underrepresented group of your choice. A book with more than one narrator, a book about parenthood, a book about trials. So that's going to be another thing that I do, but in this month I have nothing to track because I kind of like lost my way throughout the year, so I essentially haven't been doing reading challenges, but it is part of my goals and it's part of the things that I want to implement in 2023. The next reading goal I have is to actually use and update my Copile. I like the app, but because I'm on so many different things, the admin can get quite hectic because I'm on Goodreads, I'm on Storygraph, and then I've got Copile as well. So Copile is a rating system that G from Book Rose created, and with that she also created a whole entire Excel sheet to track your reading, to track where your books are coming from, the format, the publishers. So it's essentially information that the likes of Goodreads or the Storygraph has, but I love the statistics part of Copile, right? That's number one. It has a lot more stats than the Storygraph. Goodreads hardly has stats, doesn't have stats. But it has a lot of stats which I like, and it's things that I want to discuss and look at and track on a monthly basis. And the other thing I love about it is it allows me to be a bit more precise with regards to rating my books, right? Which will get me to my next point. I want to consciously think about how the book was written, how it made me feel from all aspects, and not just the book was great. I enjoyed it and I gave it a 4-star rating. And then I read another book that maybe I enjoyed more, but this like I'm giving it the same rating, but it's like, is it the same rating as the previous one? So I need some kind of distinction, and Copilot allows me to do that because the other two mentioned apps don't really give you much of that, right? My next goal is to review every book that I read, whether it's from a publisher, a book I bought myself, an audiobook. Like, I need to just figure out my method of reviewing the books, especially depending on how I've read them. So if I physically read the book, I feel like I want to have a standard of reviewing, and then if I'm listening to the book, I need to have a standard of reviewing as well. So it's not just only about the writing, but it's the duration, like how did it make me feel, I don't know. And if it's a graphic novel, a manga, then I want to also be rating the illustrations at the same time. So I need to figure out my rating style, or my rating points, my review, whatever I want to review for each section. And I've decided that I'm gonna create templates for myself so that I can be able to just fill it out depending on how I read the book. The next thing I would like to track is my progress on book series, which is something that I'm skipping for this month as well, because I don't remember myself actually talking about the book series I wanted to read this year, but it's definitely something that I want to put emphasis on in 2023, because there are a lot of series that I started, and some of them are like halfway through, some of them there's like one book missing in between, and I kind of like want to complete that and get to a point where I'm reading series that are either complete or I'm on par with whatever releases are coming out, and I haven't been doing a great job of that. And when I do buy books, I'm not consciously thinking about, let me complete the series. So I want to do better, and I want to select the series that I want to focus on in 2023. I will do a video where I'm sharing all of that, and then I can actually see how many books I still need to buy in order to be able to read and complete the series in 2023. The final thing that I'm gonna share is my content planning and my goals for that, because I want to be consistent. I don't think I did too badly this year, but I want to be more intentional. I feel like intentional is my word for 2023, because I'm saying it a lot, but I want to be more intentional about the content I'm putting out. I want to plan better. I want to have my content ready like a week, at least a week in advance, because right now I'm just constantly playing catch up, and it's the end of the year, we're all exhausted. I don't have the time or the energy to be posting anything, especially on Instagram. I feel like my YouTube is still doing well, but I haven't felt the urge to post anything, and I want to get to a point where I can take content creation breaks without affecting my productivity and without affecting my consistency, right? And that's where my monthly content planning comes in. So first on that is to actually write out or plan for my whole month. So I started doing that. You guys know that I started off on here. So on Mondays, again, I'm trying to make Mondays my book review days, Wednesdays my book feature days, Fridays it's gonna be kind of like post whatever you want book related stuff, and this is for Instagram, by the way. And then when it comes to YouTube, I'd like to have Sundays as my vlog upload days, and then Wednesdays as my sit down video upload days. And if there is a bonus video in the week, then I would typically like to have that be on Friday. So yeah, that is kind of like my general planning, and in between the days that I didn't talk about, I would typically like to have a reel or a TikTok, both. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. And once I've completed filling this out, I'm already in December, so I'm already late. Once I've completed filling this out, then I can start populating it with the content that I want to post for the month. And that's kind of like where I want to get it. I want to know that I'm reviewing this book and this book and this book this month. I'm doing book features for these books, therefore I need to take the photos that I need to take. I want to do this reel and that reel, therefore I need to plan ahead and actually record these reels and not find myself on the day where I'm supposed to post them and I don't even have anything. So it's very important for me to start doing that so that I can essentially become more consistent. And I love that the Meta Business Suite now includes reels, because I was complaining before that you can do posts and you can do stories, but you cannot do reels. But now the feature is there, and it's much better for me to do my content planning on the laptop than it is on the phone. Even the typing becomes faster. So I need to make sure that I have taken my pictures, I've taken my videos, taken my reels, done my content, and then I can edit and dump it onto my laptop and actually start putting in the information of that post and, you know, upload it and forget about it, and I can take it off my list. So I'm trying to get to that point in my life where then I can take breaks. I can, if I'm having a hectic week at work, I don't have to think about having to still push out content, because essentially I want to get to a point where I am making money on YouTube, and right now I'm not doing that. I'm not making money. I think I have 341 subscribers as I'm recording this video right now, and I am so grateful for all of you guys that have subscribed to my channel, that watch my videos, that like them, that comment, that engage with me. I really appreciate you guys. And obviously I have a goal to be monetized on YouTube, and I understand that the only way to do that is to be consistent. I don't really have a lot of sway or power to who subscribes to my channel or who watches, but what I can do from my side is make sure that I've got the content put out, I am being consistent, and you all know if it's Sunday at whatever time there's gonna be a video from charity. Like that's where I'm trying to get at, to build that consistency. So yeah, I have a goal to obviously be monetized. I don't want to talk about numbers in the sense of I want to have this many subscribers by this time, because like I said, I don't have a lot of control over that. But this time next year I would like to be monetized, whether that's me having 1,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers. I want to be monetized, and I'm gonna do the work so that I can get to that point. So yeah, right now I'm like 34% in 34% in, and it's going at a slow pace, but I think I was telling a friend the other day that I'm celebrating like every milestone. Like when I get to 300, I'm like, oh, I got 300 subscribers, and then after a month I'll tell my husband, look, my stats say that I've got 10 new subscribers. So it's like, it's such small numbers, but it means a lot to me that I've got people who are actually joining in, enjoying my videos, loving my videos, you know, liking them and all that. So it makes me feel very good, and I just want to say that I really appreciate you guys, and I hope we can keep growing together. And just as a reminder, like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Help your girl get to her goals, I think on Instagram I haven't thought about goals. I'm just kind of like taking it as it comes. I think I'm just over 2,000. I have 2,400 followers. I think on TikTok I have about 500 plus followers. I just haven't logged in a couple of days, so I don't know all the numbers yet, but I am tracking those things, I'm checking those things. I am not dwelling on the numbers, and they are not affecting me in a state where I'm like, why am I doing this, nothing's happening, I'm not growing or whatever. But I feel like since I'm not in that space, it's okay for me to check my stats. It's okay for me to check what people are liking, what people are not liking, what maybe I should focus my energy more on, and things like that. And I think it's important for me to be able to do that, and that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, another one of my goals, I feel like this video is it all over the place? I don't know, but back to reading, because I've got a reading journal over here which is currently blank. When I go on leave in December, I'm going to start populating it with my spreads and everything, and I'll take a video sharing that. But I want to like prepare it in advance, that every month from January, when I'm doing these monthly resets, I will actually do a portion where I am updating my monthly spreads for that particular month, and that is an exercise that we'll do together. But obviously, like I said, this is a month where I have these goals to do, and I know what I need to prepare in order to be ready for the following year, but I'm not tracking, I'm not doing that right now because it doesn't exist right now. But yeah, that is the end of the video. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys found it insightful and you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, because we want to grow this family. And remember to share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.